Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. It's me, the South African Wanderer, and firstly I want to apologize for the bit of a hiatus I've been taking on the channel in terms of video creation. I think I've only put up one video this last month of the beginner's guide to the Pilanesberg, and I hope you watched that one. But I've got a bit busier in the past few weeks, both with trips to the Pilanesberg, day trips out with clients who booked me on the system, as well as I did a trip last weekend up to the top of Tugela Falls, like I did in the guide video I did last year as well. Today I wanted to quickly jump on and besides just catching you up with what I've been doing, also give you a quick rundown on some of the numbers you need to actually bear in mind when you are doing YouTube. As you may or may not know, I've got this channel, my channel, the South African Wanderer, where I post videos of my various adventures and guides on some of the hikes we've done and some of the equipment I use and things like that. And then I also have my mom's channel, which is just her name, Gayatri Devi Lakan, and she's currently sitting close to 19,000 subs and has been monetized for about a year already, or more than 15 months, I'd say. So with that background, I just wanted to give someone who's just beginning YouTube some of the lessons we've learned along the way and some of the key numbers you need to bear in mind when starting up a channel and trying to get your videos going and trying to get monetized. So I think, you have to start at the start. The first number I would say that's important is the number 1. Obviously, that will be then linked to your first video, your first subscriber, any firsts on your channel that you do get. So, that's why the number 1 is important. And I think the next important number would obviously be 2, because you have to keep your videos going. You have to keep encouraging people to subscribe. So, getting started is very important, but then keeping it going is equally important. Then I think once you've started up and you get a rhythm going, one of the important numbers to bear in mind is 100 for the 100 subscribers you need before you have your custom URL. So once you get to 100 subscribers on your YouTube channel, YouTube grants you a customized URL that you can choose. So then you'll be YouTube/C/whatever your custom URL is. So mine would be South African Wanderer. I think YouTube has moved towards a handle system that they're rolling out at the moment. I think everyone will start getting handles now, but I'm not 100% sure how that will work. I think we'll find out in the coming weeks how that works. The next number, and it's actually a combination of numbers that you need to be cognizant of, is 1,000 and 4,000. So the 1,000 is important because you need 1,000 subscribers before you can be considered to be a monetized channel. And by monetization, it means that YouTube then shares their ad revenue. So all the 6-second ads that they play before the videos that you then skip if you don't have YouTube Premium, that translates into revenue to YouTube that they then split with you as the content creator whose content is being watched. So if you are aiming to be monetized, you need 1,000 subs And then the 4,000 becomes important because you need 4,000 watched hours in a year. So in a 365-day period, you will need your videos to be watched for 4,000 hours, which then translates to about 333 hours that need to be watched per month. And if you do the calculation, it's 20,000 watched minutes per month. So once you've reached 1,000 subscribers and you've been putting out videos consistently and hit that 4,000 hours viewed in a 365-day period or rolling period, you will be offered the opportunity to monetize your channel and therefore earn revenue in partnership with YouTube. So you may think that those 4,000 hours watched are a lot, but remember, it's for all the videos you put out in a year. So if you are, for instance, following a pattern of 2 videos a week, that's more than 100 videos in a year that you'll put out, and each video is then needing to be watched 40 hours basically in the duration of that year, and you'll make the target. I'm currently at 977 subscribers and just about 3,300 watched hours. A little bit is down to consistency. I've not been as consistent on my channel as, for instance, I've been on my mom's channel. And a little bit is on the type of content I put out as well, in terms of a lot of my views come for videos that are very short. My Take a Pie and Vi videos, for instance, are generally just over 3 minutes long, and on average we're getting a minute 30 of views on those videos, and therefore while the views are high, the watch time is not as high as it should be or could be. But I think as we get more videos up, we'll hit that target sometime before the end of this year still. I think talking about monetization, the next set of numbers you need to remember is 51-49. So YouTube will split all their revenue with the content creators, with the content creators getting 51% and YouTube keeping 49%. And then I think to expand on the earnings itself, one of the things that we have found is that the earnings will vary from country to country. Some of the highest earnings I've seen are from countries like Iceland and Norway and New Zealand, where every 1,000 views earns more than $10. This rate of earning per country is referred to as RPM, or revenue per mille, or revenue per 1,000 basically, and it does vary significantly. Like I say, I've seen rates in some countries for views over $10 per 1,000 views. If you look at the US, for instance, they vary between $9 and $10 per 1,000 views, because I think the advertising system on YouTube is a bidding system where advertisers have to bid a price to have their ads aired before specific videos. In South Africa, what I've seen is that the rate that you're earning is about 1/5 of where you would be in the US. So if you're getting 1,000 views and earning $10 in the US, those same 1,000 views in South Africa would earn you $2, or actually less than that, $1.90 even. And this is because of a combination of reasons, including perhaps that advertisers in South Africa are not as keen to air their adverts on YouTube, so you don't get very specific and targeted ads in South Africa for specific content, for instance. So the advertisers have to come on board. And then I think, the watch rate and things like that in South Africa are generally lower with, less people watching less time on YouTube. So maybe the appeal to advertisers is not 100% there as well. I think some of the other numbers to keep in your head, or is worthwhile to keep in your head, is that for every minute that passes, there are 500 minutes of YouTube video uploaded. So for every hour, there's roughly 30,000 hours of YouTube video uploaded, which probably means that in your lifetime, you will never run out of content to watch to start off with. But also it means that there are so many individual creators who are telling their stories on YouTube as well. I think one of the encouragements, especially for my fellow South African YouTube content creators, is that if you have the ability to film yourself and do these vlogs and upload it onto the internet, there are people who will be watching your videos as well. I just Googled the stats before I jumped onto the video, and as of July 2022, YouTube has more than 2.4 billion users on the platform. So more than a quarter of the global population has access to YouTube and is watching YouTube video and YouTube content that's put out. So, if you are starting off, if you are looking to do your first video, that number one, and getting subscribers, there are literally billions of people out there who are ready to watch you. And if you create the content that they're looking for, will watch you. The other thing to note that while Google is the biggest search engine in the world, and Google obviously owns YouTube, YouTube is the second biggest search engine by far, and beats out other search engines for people looking to solve problems. So a lot of success can be had by just doing videos that say how to do X. I think one of the biggest searches, for instance, is how to kiss. And then I think the second biggest search on YouTube is how to tie a tie knot. So there are viewers, 2.4 billion of them, and this number is growing, that will watch your content. So it's never too late to start in YouTube. If I take, for instance, my mom's channel, we started it in July 2020, and we never had intentions for it to grow to the size it was doing. For us, it was more about recording my mom and how she cooked, for us as a record, more than anything else to have in the future. And last year, during the riots that we had in KZN, there was a supply shortage on basic necessities like bread. And the video that my mom already had on the channel on how to make roti took off in a 4-week period in June, July. And that took the channel from just over 1,000 subs at the time to almost 5,500 to 6,000 subs in that 1 month period. So we had exponential growth in 1 month because basically on the back of one video. And obviously, I would encourage you not just to chase the numbers. While this video is about all the numbers that come with YouTube and associated with YouTube, I think one of the things you need to almost define as you are starting up is what is the content you want to put out, what is the content strategy that you will have for your channel, and then try to stick to that strategy as much as possible, and that way define your own niche almost. My mom's channel is cooking, some gardening, some travel, some eating out, but cooking is the core. My channel is, defined as a travel channel because of all the adventures I get up to, all the hiking, the Kruger trips, the Pilanesberg trips. But my strategy for the channel is not so much to be monetized and earn money from the channel, but actually to share the beauty of the country that I've seen, in the 6 or 8 years that I've been traveling in and around South Africa. So yes, you'll see the Pilanesberg, the Kalahari trips down to Cape Town, but what I want to do is showcase the beauty to be had in South Africa, and in that way almost encourage people to also travel and see the things that I've seen almost. So, that's something I think you need to, before you even start off with your first video, I think you need to have an idea in your head of what you are going to do. But like I say, it's your story to tell. So there's always going to be people who are willing to watch your story. I think even though there's 2.4 billion users of YouTube, the other 5.5 billion people on the planet are not using YouTube. And if you can only imagine all the stories that those people have and are not seeing the light of day, I think you can almost grasp the importance of putting yourself out there, putting your videos out there, and seeing how it goes. This video is more to guide you on some of the numbers and hopefully enlighten you on some of the numbers we've encountered while working on YouTube. But I'm sure there's even more experienced people who tell you, this is what you get when you get to 100,000 subs. If you get to 1 million subs, this is the type of numbers that are associated with the channel that is that big. So yeah, thank you for coming to my TED Talk on the numbers of YouTube. That's my short talk on what I've learned on the 2 channels that I've been managing on YouTube. And if it is, helpful to you, which I hope it is, please hit that like and subscribe button as well. Like I said, I'm on 977 subs as of today. Tomorrow it may be 975. So we just 25 subscribers, or 23 actually, subscribers away from 1,000 subs. And once we get to 1,000 subs, then we will be in line for monetization. And then we just have to get the watched hours up, and hopefully by doing more videos more consistently in the next 2 months before the year end, we get monetized before the year is over. So there is more exciting content coming up. Hopefully next week I can do a quick video on some backyard birding and how to go about identifying a few birds you'll get in your backyard. And then I'm off to the Kruger in the middle of November, so we're doing some birding on foot. So hopefully some great content coming out of that as well. So stay tuned. Please share the channel with anyone who may be interested in the likes of the Pilanesberg, Tugela Falls, anything like that. And then if you do see me out there on an adventure, please do say hello, introduce yourself, and hopefully I'll be seeing a lot more videos from South Africans by South Africans in the near future.